Okay, so we're changing out the water. I used this pump and pumped out as much as I could get. So we're adding water back in now. You're going to have to trade me. You're going to have to come over here because I need to be able to run that plug over there. You come over here. Dilution is the solution. Okay. I hope. Oh, to put it out here. It's a foot for the pump here. Make sure I hit the right one, right pump here. We're gonna have water going everywhere. So I can see it's already foaming less in this bucket than it was before, so this should work. It's going to get me behind a little bit, but I want to flush these out. There you go, because there's a bunch of foam behind that pump. I'm going to have to shut you off because I got behind. I dumped that bucket up there and I got behind pumping. So I know this pump is pumping faster than that hose is pumping. Probably just pump this down and fill it back up and call it good. See, there's hardly no foam on the bucket now. So I think we about got it. But look at here, see this white stuff on the post down there under the water? I think that's what's causing it. They put that shiny shit on here to make it look new again. And it created that foam problem. A little bit of foam there, but not much. Not like there was before. Might be because my hose is underwater in the bucket and not making a splash. This is probably going to be the last bucket, and then we'll fill it back up again, and that'll be good for now. Huh? I think so. Doesn't look like it's foaming now. I mean, there's bubbles, but there's always going to be bubbles. Huh? It's always going to have bubbles because it's aerating, but that's not near the volume the pump is pushing. But here's the pump here. But there's bubbles, but no foam, so we'll see what happens. She gets done filling it, we'll hook the pump up and run it, make sure it doesn't foam. And if it doesn't, then we'll go find a box to put this in, drill a bunch of holes in it so the fish can't get into the inlet. And then it'll be ready, I hope. We'll update you later. Okay, so we think we've come up with a solution to our fish killing pump. The perforated flower pot, put holes all the way around except on this side. I will set that pump in there like this. This is just high enough it'll stick out of the water in there so the fish can't get in. I put holes all the way around here so that the influx of water won't be concentrated in one area, be spread out everywhere. The only thing this is going to be a problem with is if there's baby fish, they'll get through the holes, they'll go into the pump, but it is what it is. Don't really need baby fish anyhow, so yeah, that's going to be our plan. We did switch out that water. Almost zero foam right now. This has been running for about 10 minutes. We could probably swap it out one more time, but I don't think we need to. Before, the whole thing, it looked like a bathtub. You couldn't even see the rocks, any rocks, because the whole thing was just full of foam. And I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but there's like a blue hue on that leg underwater. That's the shit they put on here to make it shine, and I think that's what caused the problem. Like I said, I tested it with all 3 test kits to make sure there wasn't anything bad in the water before I put the fish in there. So I'm sure that's not what killed them. But here nor there, we think we got the problem solved. So I've owned a lot of cars before, but I have never seen an owner's manual that big. I don't know how many pages are in there, but it's huge. We got it. We called Bangkok Isuzu, and they said, oh, no more than 500 baht. They ordered it in, they got it, they said, oh, come pick it up, 720 baht. So I don't know if they're dealer upcharge on it or what, but either way, I needed it, but 720 baht, that's somewhere around $25. But I did figure out how to operate that back gate, no hands, because it's kind of, it's not tricky once you understand it, but you got to be a specified distance from the gate to activate it and to get it to open and to get it to close. So it's very sensitive, but I did get it figured out. Cruise control, I don't know. It just, nowhere does it say that it will resume after a stop, no matter what package you have in it. Excuse me. But Ozzy Mark has an Isuzu. He tested his and his works, but he's got the full sensory package in it. So I don't know, whatever. We showed this on either earlier this video or the last video. The whole top of that was like a bathtub. I changed that water out 3 times yesterday. I think it's leaching out of this stuff because it's worse again this morning than what it was after I refilled it 3 times yesterday. This shouldn't be like this. There's just too much foam there. There's some kind of a detergent in that water. Here nor there. But the same day we got that, I forgot to mention, I put a new pot out here too. We went to town and got another one of these, but we got a larger one to set down here. I took all the fish out of there, moved them into here. Well, I told you about the goldfish thing over there, that what happened. We got one of those left in this pot over here. A couple days, the 19th will come around and we will get more goldfish to get up there. Since I brought this guy back over here by himself, he hides. He's right there right now. But I do want you to notice how clean this water is now. It finally cleared up. I think it's because I've added so many of these, because I took the ones out of the back pot and brought up here, put half of them here and half of them over there. And this thing has really cleaned up the last week. So that's good. The fish are happy. I do have babies in here again. I seen a bunch of them when I first set this thing up, and then I didn't see them for a long time. And maybe they were hiding in the fog, I don't know. But that water has gotten crystal clear now, so I think this one's good to go. Been running the bubbler on this a couple days. Ran this with straight well water through the filter, so it started out clear. I didn't use pond water like I did in these two. The fish are okay. I just wanted to get some aeration in there because it was fresh out of the well. This pump's been running for 2 days now. I think I'm ready to take it out. We should have enough plants in there to just start cleaning that right away. Also, I want to notice, I don't know if I put these in the previous video, but Ozzy Mark gave me these when we were over there the other day. They're really cool looking water plants. Spread like weeds. I brought one group home, put half here, half there, and then I pulled some out of here and put them over there. Got some leaves dying in here. I think it's just normal aging, so I'm not worried about it. Because we still have blooms. And it's pretty crazy because everything in here is just going crazy. I mean, I just cleaned a bunch of this out of here 2 days ago because for whatever reason, when it was cloudy water, these were dying, this cabbage. So I pulled all the dead ones out and put fresh ones in here. And as you can see, they're nice and green now. These things are doing really well. The new sprouts are popping up on them. Haven't seen any flowers on those in quite a while, so I'm hoping to see some flowers. These lilies are supposed to get flowers as well. I have not seen any yet, and I don't know if Mark has gotten any. He didn't at the time that I last looked at them. Same thing with these ones here. We got some fresh ones coming up right here. 1, 2, 3 there. One here. So the original ones I put in there have died off, but it sprouted new ones, so I think it's doing all right. Here's one popping up right here. So now we just got to get this thing actively on board, and I think it's okay, to be honest with you, because haven't lost any fish or anything out of it. Snakes, we were over here the other night. Sumpit was cooking out here on the little barbecue thing, and she, what? Snake, snake, snake. I come out here, there was a little snake, and it was pretty much dark. A little snake right over here. I grabbed the snake grabbers and tried grabbing him, but he's so small he just kept slipping out. Chased him way out across there, and I lost him out there somewhere in the darkness. But it was a completely different snake from what I've seen here before. We've seen a lot of the rat snakes and a couple different types of rat snakes, actually. And, of course, the kukris are pretty common, but this was, what was it? Can't remember the name. I looked it up. They're non-venomous. At least I think that's what it was. They had a long stripe all the way down both sides of it, yellow stripe. And again, it was very dark, so I couldn't tell, and it was a pretty small snake. So yeah, it's still cruising around here somewhere, because the only way it's going to, well, I guess it might be able to climb up over that, but I doubt it. Could get out here, there in the front drive. Other than that, it's got to somehow get up and around and over top that wall. So I imagine he's still living here somewhere. Picked a turtle off the road the other day. Sumpit wanted to keep it, try to get a lucky number out of it, so she had it in here for a day. For those of you that don't know, Thais believe turtles are lucky, so they try to look at the lines on the bottom of them and do all this other stuff, try to get lucky numbers off of them and then pick lottery numbers, even though she never plays the lottery. But anyhow, she had it in here for a day, and then we took it out and kind of turned it loose out here, and it wandered around here for about a half an hour, and then it just took off. Headed out here, and I was afraid it wouldn't get out of the walls, because like I said, there's only 3 ways out, especially for a turtle. So I went ahead and took the turtle, put it out there by the pond. Last I seen him, he was headed down into that rice field out there. On the rice field, we haven't talked a lot more about it, but I think we've 100% decided that we're going to go ahead and fill this dry season, so we don't have rice next year. Some kind of fish pond, canal, something, I don't know, we haven't decided yet. I mean, if it was me, I know what I would do, but it's kind of her project, so it's going to be her call, but we'll try to get some guidance on that. I do need to get this cleaned out today, because the turtle kind of made a mess. Get it out of here. I think we might put this in the ground out here somewhere for a little lily pond or something, I don't know. I see the gates opening up, so she's on her way. We have a wedding to go to this morning, so with that, we're going to get off the camera. Okay, one of several projects this morning. We were still getting a bit of foam in our new fountain, so we rigged up the gutter that I bought for the house, and we're basically turning over the water continuously. We're just running the pump in there to pump the water out here, and we've got the well, this is actually softened, filtered water going in there. As you can see, we've got almost no foam now. But we're going to turn that over till we don't see any foam, because we still had a little bit in there. It was pretty good, but I just didn't like it. So anyhow, we have been doing that this morning. The other thing I did, well, the filter that I took off there, I took that apart this morning, cleaned it all out, because I don't want it just sitting there full of nasty water and bacteria while it's in storage. The other thing I did this morning, I had bought this quite a while back to deal with my low voltage situation and prevent burning up my pumps. The slots here aren't big enough to put the whole house on it. So with inverters and everything else on all the other stuff, I figured the only 2 things that were mainly at risk were my 2 pumps, the well pump and the pressure pump. So what I thought I would do is just put the pressure pump on this so that if the voltage drops, this would shut off. Pressure pump wouldn't run. And without the pressure pump running, the tank level wouldn't drop and therefore the well wouldn't start running. So this morning, I took this all apart, opened it up, tried to put this in there. I have one here that I'm not using. I took that out. I took out the one that's on the pump now, slid these two over, put this in. This is wider than standard here, so it wouldn't fit in there. It wouldn't seat in and lock in, so I couldn't put it in there. I put everything back together. I got to thinking about it. I'm probably going to have to pull the lights off that circuit, put it onto the outlets, take this one out. So I ended up taking this one, the lights, and that one out, put the lights on the circuit with the outlets. I don't really care to do that, but the wire size is the same, so it should be okay. And then I could fit this in there. I'll have an extra blank in here. I'll just have to take a plug that I have and shave it down and put it in there. But I'm not going to do that right now. I'm on to other things. So for right now, we're just going to get this water turned over. I already got the filter cleaned. I'll mind boggle this a little bit, and then we will work on that probably later today or tomorrow once I confirm in my head what I want to do. All right, I don't know if you recall, but a while back on a video, might have been our last little trip, I don't even remember where, but I commented to Sompit about these, and she said, oh, I offered those to you once. Huh? Custard apple is what they're called? Okay. So, but she said, oh, I offered them, but you said no. And she said they're like creamy buttery or sweet and buttery or something like that. And I said, well, I would have thought I'd ate them. But anyhow, whatever, we're going to try them. She saw them at the market. We stopped to get mangoes, and she grabbed a couple of these. So we're going to try them out here on camera.
Have sweet inside.
Okay.
Take a bite.
Is there seeds right there?
Yeah. One.
I don't know if I'd call that buttery and sweet. It's a little bit gritty, that's soft. It's different.
I haven't seen it long time for me.
I don't know if I'd buy them again, but I mean, they're edible, they're okay.
Edible.
And maybe if I ate them more like durian, I'd probably grow to like them. I don't know. They're not bad though. I'm trying to think of what it reminds me of. All right, I got to put the camera down. He's growing a tree. Yeah.
Not much to eat.
No, it's not, but it's not sour either. It's kind of a really, really dull, creamy vanilla flavor. But like I say, it's kind of gritty. The grit seems to be more out near the skin than toward the middle. See, now that little bite was pretty good.
Not that old. Yeah.
Should we wait another day on that one?
No, it's ready. It's already soft.
Oh. Just the tree isn't a sweet tree, huh? Mark ate some of our bananas. That last bunch, we sent some home with him, and yesterday I saw him for a minute, and he was like, hey, those are pretty good bananas.
The banana pizza?
Yeah, Mark did. Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, if it was a pinch sweeter, I think it would be better, but it reminds me of something. I can't think of what it is. Anyhow, all right, let's go take a quick walk around. Rice fields, everything's pretty well harvested except right next to us. And as soon as I said something to Sompit about it today, this guy showed up from right down by that next farm down. Did that back field there, and she's telling me all these fields here is just one family, different pieces and people. But so I imagine he'll just go through and do them all, because I imagine the family's out here doing it. But anyhow, he did that one over there, or those two over there. Now he's on that one. I'm not sure what all he'll do, but I'm kind of hoping he'll just get rid of all of them and be done, because now the fields look like crap for the rest of the year.
but just get it over with. Along with that, the water level in the pond's been dropping significantly because obviously they're drying out the rice fields because they're done growing. As you can see, there's almost no water left in ours. That little pool right there is going to be the same level as this. In the high mark, I don't know if you can see it over there, but this whole ledge here all the way around is underwater. So it's already dropped 2 feet in just the last week. And by the end of the dry season, if it's like last year, it'll be down at least another meter from there. And we're going to go on our trip later this month. We're going to be out for a couple of weeks. Once we get back from that, then we'll get hardcore about getting this field dug out and filled and do whatever we're going to do to it before the dry season sets in too hard. But by the time we get back, it's going to be right in the dry season. I went through and watered all the trees and stuff this morning. You probably noticed this thing flashing around back in the back. Went over and visited Dave there a couple times last week and the week before. Got the itch to go camping, so we're not going crazy about it, but we're grabbing enough supplies so we can go do a few days camping here and there when we get back from our trip. Picked the tent up off the Lazada. We got a couple sleeping pads coming and like a rechargeable light or something, but not getting too crazy, but just going to get enough supplies here that if we won't feel like going camping for a couple days, we will. We'll definitely go back over there where Dave was at. It's only an hour from here, nice place, cheap, so why not? Today is the 19th, so we had to mark Nines Market today. Susan, I got some bug-eyed goldfish. Actually, these are blackfish, but they're goldfish. I bought 2 of them. She threw in an extra one because I don't know why they hide. There's 6 actual goldfish like those other ones we had back here. There's 2 great big fat goldfish back there with like coconut heads. One's kind of orange coconut and the other one's kind of red coconut. But I don't know why they're all hiding back here. All the medacas, the goldfish, everything. Well, there's a few medacas out here. About 5 or 6 medacas out of the 10 or 12 that's in there. Well, there's 2, 4, 5, 6 of them out here right now. I bought 6 of the goldfish, 2 of the blackfish, 2 of the big coconut-headed fish. They're goldfish, they're a type of goldfish, but they got the big bump on their head. And they're pretty good size. They're like this big. Those were like $130 a piece for those. But anyhow, I spent $440. She threw in an extra black one. I don't know if you've seen it in the background, but my wife was complaining about us being lazy, so I had to flex my intellectual and physical. She's looking at me like, what? Flex my intellectual and physical abilities today. I showed you the wires. I want to flip those lights on, dear. Thump it. Flip the lights on. So I went ahead and got the stuff and wired this stuff up today. Come on. If you remember, these are the baskets we bought back in June after we built the house. We took off on that 2-week tour. I stopped coming off that one mountain and bought these at that roadside basket place. I actually got 3 of them, but when it come down to do it, I only put 2 in. I probably should have put 3, but I only had 2 of these light fixture things because those are the ones that we had ordered for here. Or these are the ones we ordered. I don't remember, but we didn't think they were going to be here on time, so we went and grabbed a pair. So whichever ones we ended up not using, that's where I got those drop parts for that. I just scavenged those and fit them up through the baskets I had bought. And today we went and got a couple bulbs and some trim and stuff. I still got to paint up that light gray trim up there where I scuffed it up with the drill, but other than that, it's done and ready to go. Went around and trimmed up all the palm trees. So these things, as they grow up, the lower ones will die off and fall off and peel off. And that's how you get this bamboo effect right here. Is at one point there was something growing out of here that was a sheath up to here and a limb coming off like that. Now, if you remember, this is also the one that was bent over that I put the splint on. I believe the splint was right there. We tied that splint on. It was zip ties for, Jesus, a couple months, but it recovered and it's growing out the top. So we're glad we did that. This is what I'm talking about right here. See how this dies off? This is normal. And then when that dries out enough, it'll be like this, and it'll just peel off there. And where that peels off will be a ring. It looks like the bamboo thing. I thought I'd pulled them all off, and trimmed them all off. But hell, I missed one there and one here. Typically when I trim them, I just trim them like this. I just cut the leaf off and leave this die on its own so it can naturally this one's probably ready to come off too, if that string wasn't holding it. But I just trim them like this and let them naturally die off. As you can see, these here two are trimmed in my hand. And then when they come time to pull off, I pull them off. So yeah, I'll be glad to see all the rice gone. I love it when it's green, but once it gets like this, I just soon get rid of it and be done with it. Now we'll start dealing with the cows coming through every day. I think my banana trees are big enough they can live on their own now. So I'm not going to worry about them too much back there. Of course, the yard's all fenced off now with this, so I don't have to worry about that. And when we get the dirt work done out there, then we'll go put a fence around the whole thing, and then we don't have to worry about cows ever again. My new foxtails out there are still looking pretty good. Got a couple brown spots on them, but I think that's just from transplanting. Like out at the tips of some of the leaves. A couple new sprouts still coming out, so I think they're all right. So with this short little video, I think I've got enough for a short video, so I'm going to wrap this up. Paradise in Thailand. She don't want to look at you right now.
Thank you for watching.
And?
Please share and subscribe.
What a weirdo. Thanks.